is a guide to the top 5 best engine swaps for the cult favorite, the Lexus IS200 in 2025. First up, we have the legendary reliable one, UZ. This 4-liter V8 is probably the most common engine swap for the IS200. Produced between 1989 and 2002, it offered an aluminum cylinder block with thin cast iron cylinder liners. The engine block has a 90-degree angle between the cylinder banks. For reduction of rotation masses, the engine was equipped with lightweight and robust forged steel connecting rods, aluminum pistons, and connecting rod pins. In late 1994, the 1UZ-FE received an even lighter crankshaft and lighter connecting rods, shorter and thinner piston pins, and modified pistons. VVTi was introduced in 1997. The engine came with the new intake manifold. It had long ports and was designed to increase torque at low to mid-engine RPM. The compression ratio was higher and had a lot of small external and internal changes engineered to increase reliability, rigidity, performance, fuel consumption, and emissions. Power ranged from 250 bhp in the early years and 300 bhp when VVTi was added. Being aluminum made this engine lighter than the 2JZ GTE and was potentially better balanced for the IS200 also. It provided a very good power-to-weight ratio with usable power and torque across the rev range. Next up, we have the 3UZ engine. It followed on from the 1UZ. It was produced between 1999 until 2012. It had a bore increase over the 1UZ and sat at a 90-degree V angle. For improving rigidity, the thickness of the cylinder walls was increased. Like the 1UZ, it had a forged steel crankshaft, forged steel connecting rods, lightweight aluminum pistons with steel struts, and floating-type piston pins. The 3UZ had VVTi along with ACIS. Power ranged from 282 to 304 brake horsepower. Max torque of 441 Newton meters. Engine weight was 175 kilograms. It would be a more expensive engine to get hold of than the 1UZ, but potentially even more reliable. Third on the list is the General Motors LS engine. A more rare swap for the IS platform, but certainly interesting and will raise eyebrows. We focus on the small block V8 Generation 3 produced between 1997 to 2007. Displacement ranged from 4.8 to 6.8 liters, 6 liters, with the 5.7 being most popular with tuners. It featured a cast iron block and aluminum head, 2 valves per cylinder with engine weight ranging from 230 kilograms to 260 kilograms, so a little bit heavy compared to the 1UZ and 3UZ. Power ranged from 300 brake horsepower to 360. These engines had extremely strong blocks which could compete with Japanese reliability. This is no doubt the most expensive on the list and would require deep pockets. I'm going to throw a curveball here and suggest a very overlooked engine swap that would be available for a reasonable price in the UK and US. The engine in question is the 3G RFSE, which can be found in the Mark III GS300, Toyota Crown, and Mark X. Considering the Mark III GS300 is so cheap to pick up, and some have even scrapped them, I've no idea why this engine swap can't be found anywhere. Plenty even come with a manual gearbox, so no need to convert, although they do require a LSD. People often think of the 2GR and not the 3GR, but the 3GR has more impressive figures for its displacement. It had dual VVTi along with direct injection. All aluminum and sat at a 60-degree angle. Weight was only 166 kilograms. Power was rated at 255 brake horsepower at 6,200 revolutions per minute with 314 Newton meters of torque at 3,600 revolutions per minute. Not bad for a 3-liter from that era. Finally, we have the engine on most people's dream list of engine swaps, and that is the 2JZ GTE. I don't think we need to go into much detail on this bad boy. It would compete with the 1UZ for being the most common engine swap for this platform. No doubt for high-performance drifting, as we know you can take the 2JZ to 1,000 bhp no problem, and even 700 on standard internals.